Earth has worn many faces. Long before humanity, before the first spark of civilization, before mammals took their timid steps into the sunlight, this planet belonged to titans. And now, through science and imagination, 6 of those giants rise again in the extraordinary PBS series, Walking with Dinosaurs. Paleontologists breathe life into ancient bones, uncovering stories not just of survival and hunting, but of triumph, rivalry, family, and even romance. Among those resurrected legends is one towering behemoth, a creature so immense, so commanding, that even in a world ruled by giants, it stood unmatched. This is Lusotitan, a solitary monarch of the Jurassic, a titan from ancient Portugal, a living fortress of bone and muscle that walked with the confidence of something no predator dared to challenge. Welcome to Ancient Past, and if you haven't already, subscribe so you never miss these journeys into worlds long vanished. Let us step through time, 150 million years into the past, into the warm, humid heart of the Jurassic period. Europe was not the landscape we know today. It was a patchwork of lush islands, primeval forests, and steaming coastlines. Towering conifers stretched toward a sky untouched by birds. The air buzzed with insects, and the ground trembled with every thunderous footfall of giant life. In this green world, a single shadow moves, immense, deliberate, and calm. That shadow belongs to Lusotitan adelaensis, a close relative of the legendary Brachiosaurus. One of the largest dinosaurs ever discovered in Europe, and the tallest species featured in Walking with Dinosaurs. Standing stories tall and weighing as much as a modern humpback whale, nearly 40 tons. Lusotitan didn't merely exist in its world, it dominated it. A creature built for height and reach, with a long neck stretching toward the treetops and pillar-like legs supporting its colossal frame. It fed where few others could, stripping fresh, needle-like conifer leaves and swallowing them whole. No chewing, no grinding, only power and efficiency. Lusotitan lived life with patience. At full effort, it moved only 5 miles per hour. But when you are a living mountain, speed is not necessary. Every predator, whether lurking in shadowed undergrowth or scanning the horizon for weakness, understood a simple truth. To challenge Lusotitan was to tempt extinction. And yet, this titan's greatest threat was not claws or teeth. It was gravity. For all its size and strength, Lusotitan lived on a knife edge of balance. Should it slip? Should its massive body crash to the earth? Rising again could be nearly impossible. Bones that carried worlds could break under their own weight. And if it fell, hungry opportunists were never far. Scavenging theropods lurked in the forest edges, waiting for the rare moment when the land's greatest colossus could no longer rise. Even gods of the Jurassic could fall. And among these titans, battles did not always come from predators. Rival males clashed in towering confrontations for the right to mate, because females were only receptive for a few weeks each year. Those brief weeks ignited the landscape with seismic challenges and posturing displays. It was not chaos, it was ritual. It was nature selecting its champions. Like modern elephants, Lusotitan used seismic communication, sending tremors through the earth with powerful stomps. These vibrations traveled through the ground, sensed by nerve endings and other Lusotitan's feet. A prehistoric communication network, vibrating through soil and stone. And then, the courtship. Not a gentle display, but a monumental one. With sweeping neck arcs and grand movements of its mighty tail, Lusotitan performed a prehistoric dance, a display of strength, endurance, and balance. The biggest males commanded attention, their size ensuring the survival of their future offspring. It was a ballet of giants, graceful, deadly, magnificent. Paleontologists also believe Lusotitan possessed a nasal resonating chamber, allowing it to produce booming calls or even inflate throat structures to amplify sound. Picture it, a deep, resonant bellow rolling across the Jurassic forest, shaking ancient leaves, echoing through the valley, announcing dominance and desire in the same breath. You're watching this because the past fascinates you, and you want to see these giants walk again. So pause for a moment, Hit that subscribe button and join the Ancient Past family. Together, we bring lost worlds back to life. Now here's a question for the legends in the comments. If you lived in the Jurassic and saw Lusotitan approaching, towering above the trees, what would your first move be? Hide? Watch in awe? Run until you see the Cretaceous? Write it below. The most creative answer gets pinned. Despite its power, Lusotitan's life was focused on essentials: feeding, claiming territory, courtship and dominance, surviving its own weight, and surprisingly, bones. Because Lusotitan, like modern giraffes, practiced osteophagia, gnawing on bones to intake minerals necessary for maintaining its massive skeleton. A herbivore, yes, but one that consumed fragments of the dead to strengthen its living body. Nature wastes nothing. Its world was vibrant, but changing. Volcanoes, shifting shores, new predators emerging, plants evolving. The age of giants would give way to new eras, new rulers. And eventually, deep time swallowed Lusotitan and its kin, burying them beneath rock, sand, water, and memory. Until now. Today, paleontologists carefully uncover Lusotitan's story from ancient stone. Each fossil a chapter, each bone a whisper, each discovery a window into the most magnificent creatures to ever walk the earth. And thanks to documentaries like Walking with Dinosaurs and Scientific Reconstruction, Lusotitan walks again, not in flesh, but in knowledge, imagination, and awe. It is more than a fossil, more than a name in a museum. It is proof that life once reached heights beyond anything living today. So when you look at the world now, our cities, our machines, our ambitions, remember this: long before us, this planet belonged to giants, to creatures so vast the earth trembled beneath them. And somewhere, in the silence of ancient rock, their footsteps still echo. Because as long as we continue to explore, to learn, and to imagine, the ancient past will never be lost.